Welcome everybody to another episode of Up Your Experience podcast. It's me, Sick Bane, because I don't know what's wrong with me. We got Bats as usual. Bats, how's it going, dude?
Pretty good.
Bats is contemplating something
Um,
very serious that none of us will know.
Dude, there's a
He's
game
he's
called Bum
he's staring at me.
Simulator, and I'm wondering if I want it.
What simulator?
Excuse me?
Bum Simulator.
Huh?
I'm gonna. All right. Well, moving on, and we
I-
got Boss with us, the long time co-host that has taken a hiatus, and now he's back for an episode. Boss,
What do
how's
you
it
what do
going,
you mean
dude?
hiatus? I've been here every single episode. What are you talking?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
never
yeah,
seen it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You're crazy, Bliss. Anyways,
You
I'm
might be
doing
right.
good. Like usual, just chilling. I got
I took
Ritz
a
crackers right now.
I took a nap before this podcast tonight. I slept for like 3 hours. And my wife looked at me when I woke up and she's like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I gotta take meds in like an hour and a half." So here we are.
See, you say nap, but isn't that like your sleep?
Hey,
I
Bats.
mean,
Look, hamburger, cheeseburger. Okay, like we don't need to go. We don't have to go that far. Okay,
I mean, cheeseburgers
I
are
don't
better
know.
than
That he
hamburgers.
gets
Let's be
4
they're
hours
not.
of sleep.
They're not. Cheeseburgers are not better than hamburgers.
Dude, cheeseburgers are way better,
I will
especially when
die
you
on this
put
hill.
bacon on them.
No, you could just put
I don't
bacon
know.
on the hamburger.
I'm yeah,
Why?
but you can also put cheese and bacon on the hamburger and then make it
Yeah,
a
I know.
bacon
Bacon
cheeseburger.
cheeseburger? Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly.
like, okay.
You
First
don't
of
win
all,
this argument,
here's the
please.
thing. I don't particularly like cheese. Okay, but my
All right, that
problem
sounds like a
my
personal
problem with
problem then, you
cheeseburgers,
know.
I have eaten I've tried a cheeseburger and I was like, this is okay. But here's the problem. Is like people will melt the cheese too much and then you have like sweaty cheese.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
And
yeah,
that's
that's
see,
gross.
that's a personal problem. You put the cheese on after the burger's cooked,
How is
and
that a
then
yeah.
personal
Like
problem?
careful.
That how is me saying that people cook that way a personal problem, Bats?
Because it doesn't sound like you've eaten a good cheeseburger. That's why
I
it sounds
I
like
in
a
fact
personal problem.
have. I said I just don't want to risk the fact that people could bake the cheese that way.
all right. Here's the
And
thing,
don't
Blaze.
let other
Have you
people do
have
it.
you had stuffed burgers?
Ooh, those are
What?
delicious. Yeah.
What are you
Wow.
stuffing them with? Cheese?
Ooh, yeah.
Cheese,
Absolutely not. No.
bacon.
No. Get that out of here, dude.
Are you serious?
I
What
there's
kind of rock do you live under?
there is no shot that I'm eating that at all.
It's
That
delicious.
it's fine. Blaze doesn't eat terribly like us.
I know.
That is true. That's funny because like the other day, I forgot what
Blaze
we were talking
Blaze
about. We were talking about something like about fast food, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it was Sonic. That's what it was."
yeah, it was
Um,
Ooh,
it was
Sonic is delicious.
my kids,
the popcorn
yeah,
chicken. Yeah.
my kids like refusing to eat the popcorn chicken when I
Mm.
dropped them off with my mom, and I tried it, and they're like, "This isn't very good." I was like, "There's no shot like this popcorn chicken's bad," and I tried it, and it was not great. But they were talking about how hungry they were, and I was like, "Bro, I ordered a large." And they ate all the fries, so at least there's that. But they were not about the popcorn. Like neither of them were about the popcorn chicken. Like I understand Logan. Like Logan gets pretty picky, but Luke was like, "Dad, this sucks," and I was like, "Great, glad I
Listen,
wasted money on buying this instead of something else for us." I'm like, and what's funny is like I asked them where they wanted to go, and they chose Sonic. Keep in mind, like they've been to Sonic like one, maybe two times. Like they chose to go there, so I figured like that's what they
I'm,
wanted, and I was
I mean,
fooled.
I would want it. Their popcorn chicken is delicious. I don't think I've ever had bad popcorn chicken, but that would
I ever talked about how I got
really
fired from
upset
Sonic.
me.
I used to
oh,
work
you
at
work
Sonic.
at Sonic?
Yeah, I worked
That's
at
great.
Sonic. I got fired from there. You know why?
Huh.
Popcorn chicken.
I was gonna say he made the
Too
cheese
much.
melt on the burger.
Yeah, I made too much. I made in quotation marks too much popcorn chicken,
What?
and the guy
Is that a
fired me
thing?
for it. And he was like, "You cooked more than the order's worth." And it was back then on like Tuesdays or something. We had like some burger special where you'd like burgers were like $2. So like people would just order a ton of burgers, but they'd also order popcorn chicken like all the time. And I was like, "Oh, my
Yeah.
bad." And he's like, "No, you're fired." And keep in mind, I had made no mistakes up to this point. Like I was like vibing. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. Like whatever." And I was like, "I'll just finish making this real quick and I'll leave." And he goes, "Get your hands off my food."
Oh
And I
my
was like,
God.
"Wait, what?" And this is when it escalated to me being a teenager at the time and deciding what the best course of action was in my brain, which was to strip all of my Sonic clothes off and walk out of the store in front of the drive-thru. And proceed to go out to my car to get my other pairs of Sonic clothing that I had and take it back inside and then leave.
The only thing I can see is Blaise sitting there going, "Hope you don't want any popcorn chicken because there's too much."
Oh no, I just walked out to my car. Like I didn't say anything. I was just like, I was heated. And I get out. I come back in.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Who thinks he's Gordon Ramsay? It's just like, get out of my kitchen.
That's how it was. It was so funny.
Sounds like he had a bad day at home.
I had to go like pick up my check, and when I got there, he had told people I quit. Like he had so much respect for me after doing that. He was like, "Nah, he quit. He wasn't dealing with nothing. He was tired of it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Because like I had an issue with one of the managers cussing me out every night. So like if he wanted to say I quit, I was happy about it. That's the only job I've ever been fired from. So that's fun.
Dang.
Fun facts of the day. Blaise gets fired.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah. Supposedly we talk about video games. Generally, me and Boss talk about food a lot, which I've realized this
we do
now.
talk about food a lot.
As Boss is back. And
hey, speaking of food, have you ever been to Culver's?
Yeah, I've been there once. It was all right.
Have you had their cheese curds?
No.
Dude,
well, maybe I have.
So good.
Whatever I ate from there, it was pretty good.
It was burgers.
Yeah, it's a burger shop.
Their burgers are really good.
Yeah. See, when
they have burgers.
Where I live, it's 50-50 on whether anything's actually good.
Wait a second. Have you guys ever heard of this place called?
Cheese curd slaps.
Have you ever heard of this place called Drake's?
Nope.
Okay, hold on. Let me look this up so as to not misspeak about Drake's and then them come at me. Because I've been there one time and their fried pickles were good.
Fried pickle?
Yeah. Have you ever had fried pickles?
Have you never had fried pickles?
No. That's
what?
That is not a West Coast thing. Fried pickles are not a West Coast.
That is true. I'm from West Coast, so I agree. Yes, they're not. I 100% agree with that. You are correct, sir. Okay, so Drake's.
That's actually crazy.
Let me look at the name of this place. Hold on. I want to see what their sign says because I don't remember. Oh, come on, dude. Give me the sign. Like, what does the sign say? I don't want to order food.
Matt, have you ever been to Freddy's?
Dude, Freddy's is good.
Nope, we don't have
their fries and their ice cream.
Their fried sauce.
Yeah, it's good.
Dude, that sauce is so.
I don't really we've talked about it. I don't really eat fast food very often, but I have been there, and I'll eat fries at some places, and that place is pretty good.
Dude, they have steak burgers, and it's so good.
So Drake's, I don't know what the sign says out front, and I just don't remember, and I'm looking at images, trying to find. Oh, can I zoom in on this? Okay, it's burgers and sushi. Is what it says on their sign, and my question is why? Just pick one. Just pick one to be good at, because they're not very good at either. They're good at fried pickles, but from my understanding, now keep in mind I have not ate much there, so
not good at any of them.
But from what I've been told, they're not very good. And it's like if you're not very good doing two things, maybe you do one thing and you get good at it.
Maybe.
Just start out there.
I mean, but what if you try to get good at both things at once, and then
But what if they drop the sushi and then they lose half their customers because only half of them went there for only sushi?
Maybe they should just have Drake's Sushi and Drake's Burgers, separate places.
They split their chain. I feel like that would cost them so much money and probably bankrupt them if it doesn't work.
So oh god, who was it? Pepsi had bought multiple fast food chains, and they put them in the same store to save money and to make sure those places had Pepsi.
That's why combo Taco Bell KFC exists.
Yeah, which is so weird. That's another thing. Why?
It's awful, dude. I used to be a DoorDash driver. It's terrible. It's so bad.
It's so bad. I had something I was gonna lead into with that, and I don't remember what it was. It was food related though.
Was it?
Yeah, I had some crumble cookies the other day, and I looked at the crumble cookies for this week.
There he goes again talking about those damn crumble cookies.
Bro, this week's
That's
are
gonna
crazy
lose
bats. This week they have a Pop-Tart crumble cookie, and I just like. There's part of me is like, how they think of it?
What kind of
You
Pop-Tart?
can't-
cookie?
You can't tell bats about these.
Frosted strawberry. They
Okay,
also have
you're
a double
jerk,
fudge
bro.
brownie cookie, and they have a red velvet cupcake cookie.
Oh yeah, because I wanted to hear about the rest of them too. You know.
Okay, there's milk chocolate chip, which is the same every week, except they like swap it out, and there's pumpkin chocolate chip, which like and then the one I'm just kind of weird about is like peaches and cream. I don't like fruit cookies.
That is kind of wacky. Yeah.
Like I don't know how
I
everybody
like-
else feels
I like
about like
lemon cookies.
yeah, lemon cookies
Lemon
slap,
cookies slap.
but
They
like
do.
but the crumble cookies like have like pieces of fruit on them a lot of the time, and I don't feel good
just
about
like
that.
chunks.
Yeah,
Really.
sometimes.
Oh.
Or sometimes like it's
yeah,
mixed
I
in with the
don't
batter,
like
but
that.
there's like little tiny pieces in the frosting or whatever, and I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Your boy is all right.
I like the frosting to be smooth.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I don't need chunky frosting.
Yeah,
I
that is
don't
kinda
need
weird.
chunky frosting either.
I like how
Dude,
boss DM'd me when I said, "Hey, you want to join us today?" And he goes, "How the notes looking?" And once he got in here, I was like, "I think it'll be about an hour." And then I was
Okay.
like, "But I've now realized
So-
there's no gaming news, so we're
we
talking
have
about food."
nothing to talk about.
Here's
Yeah,
the
we're talking
question,
about
though.
food.
When you
and
think of
that's
frosting
why I
though,
hear it.
and sprinkles on top of it, do you count that as chunky?
No,
No.
because that's like
Okay.
an extra
Because
like
the sprinkles
Alright.
literally dissolve in your mouth before
Dude,
you.
they're
even
they're an
feel them.
accessory
People at work
to.
that don't like sprinkles, and I don't know how to be friends with them.
Okay,
What's wrong
so
with people? Like,
I don't know if you guys wait. Boss may have. Boss, have you ever been to Caribou? Because you're down there. I know they have Caribou's where you're at.
I have not.
Okay, so
gone
Caribou Coffee has
out a whole lot.
minty mochas, and
That
they
sounds
use
delicious.
Andes mints in the mochas. And sometimes you'll get like a little tiny piece of
Oh,
Andes mint. And like normally I wouldn't be okay with that, but it's Andes mints and it slaps.
Yeah, well, I was like, there's nothing
I
wrong
also-
with that whatsoever.
I also just don't drink coffee, so I wouldn't have gone there anyways.
Dude, I just got my order of like refilled coffee.
Nice. I'll actually, I guess I could talk about this sort of right now. I don't have all the details, but your boy will probably be at DreamHack Atlanta.
Oh, let's
And
go.
that's all I can say for now because I don't have all the details. But yeah,
It's not for Smite.
it's not for Smite,
not for Smite.
and
Yep.
I'm not going as this like a fan. So just just throwing that out there.
I had to say that since Smite has to go to Texas now.
Yeah.
I know.
Once I can talk more about it, I will. I think there's a bunch coming in November. Ow, God. Once I get to November, I have a lot of announcements in November.
That's Scout put like a shadow on your back wall and it looked like a demon.
I mean, I hear him walking around, and it's like, what exactly are you doing, dude?
Scout's planning his
he's
Friday the
like
13th
waltzing
plans.
around, bro.
He's like, what can I do on Friday the 13th? How can I make my shadow terrifying?
I was like, is it the 13th?
No, that's Friday though. Friday the
Oh.
13th, FAAFO Friday. I don't know what I'm playing this week, but
Hey.
it definitely should be Halloween related. I feel like that's be spoopy.
Among Us.
I'm not
it's
against
close
it.
enough, right?
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Hey, it'll probably be nothing the way that Blaze is, because he'll be sick.
Bro, I drove okay, this Friday there was no FAAFO Friday because I drove for 6+ hours. I got home, laid down for 20 minutes, and then I took my wife out to dinner, took her to a football game, took her out wherever else she wanted to go. I left the house at 9 in the morning driving, and I didn't get home until like 9:30 at night. And I had a cross country meet in the morning.
That's look what you did. You made a rant.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I'm just talking about how he feels a little sick right now. And then
Oh
when
no,
he
I'll
feels a
stream
little
anyway.
sick, you
No,
know,
I'll stream anyway.
he-
I'm
he
streaming
doesn't
tomorrow morning.
rest or anything. He just goes out and runs, does his normal thing, and then he's
You're
like,
on
"Oh,
tomorrow
I
morning,
feel
so-
worse. Why do
I
I
did-
feel worse?"
Boss saw it. I did my hundreds earlier.
He did. He
Yeah.
looked like he wanted to die after, but he
Yeah,
did do that.
I did do them though. And I'm gonna run in the morning, most likely, and I'm gonna stream in the morning.
You're a psycho. I don't know how you do it.
And Boss will
like-
be there probably.
I'm like, yeah, I will be there. I'm like half your age, and
I would be at work.
you're like twice as athletic as me. I don't understand.
I've been out running all my cross country runners, and that I don't know how to feel about that. I clocked in like a 7-minute mile this week, and I was like, oh, that felt pretty good, and then continued to run. Like my at 2.5 miles, my like average split was a 7:20, and I was like, this is not normal. I was actually talking to my wife about it. Like at the rate I'm going, I might end up being faster than I was in high school, and that's mind-boggling because I am in not nearly as good of shape as I was then.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
But you know,
Anyway, should we talk about games?
we should probably talk about games.
I should talk about games.
I already know what the name of the episode is, so that's
We didn't
good.
talk about games.
And we haven't even talked about games yet, so we should probably talk about those. But here's the thing, right? So you take this first, I don't know how long we've been recording, this first like 15, 16 minutes, and imagine that is a FAAFO episode. When I talked about like doing like a random FAAFO episode once a month, probably be like that. There you go. You get a little teaser, little teaser bits. Might be more unhinged, but you know, you get it.
Probably slightly, especially if I'm there.
Sometimes me and Bats get to ranting, bro, and then I'm like, "How did we get here?"
Unfortunately,
you want to make it really unhinged. We got to get Suave and Liani. That's how you make it really.
That's how you hit every box there. Tick all the boxes.
Yep.
Bats, what you been playing this week, dog?
Games, I guess.
Smite and Liza P.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
That's it.
Smite and those games were god awful because we trusted Boss's internet.
Hey, yeah, you did do that.
And he's like, "Nope, I'm lagging. I'm out. Peace, boof." And these are ranked games, by the way.
I gave Bats the free because I was like lagging out constantly, so I gave him the free 5-minute F6, so he didn't.
It wasn't the free 5-minute. He got mad, and he was like, "I'm not playing this anymore."
I literally told you to F6 at 5.
Dude, I didn't have a choice. My team just did it automatically.
Well, I mean that's good. I wouldn't want them to lose TP because I'm just my internet go. Bleh.
Internet go burr.
That,
yeah.
Been playing a bunch of Liza P. Like crazily. I think I'm almost done with it.
You are almost done with it. You have like maximum 4 bosses left.
Then I will beat the game.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, and then I'll be like bored because I'll have nothing else to play.
You haven't beat Starfield yet.
Well, yeah, I will play it again.
Just beat Starfield.
I mean, that's an ongoing thing.
Just play Overwatch 2.
You mean the game that you had? No, don't.
Dude, I will never play Overwatch 2. Yeah, no, it sounds like a trap.
It is.
Blaise,
yeah.
When you can't really get on Bats' case about beating Starfield. When are you beating Elden Ring? Huh?
Who knows, bro? I last time I played it, I got on, I beat a boss, and I was like, oh, that's cool, and then I just put it down. And like I had a good experience. I did with even Rage. I beat the boss on first try, and I was like, that was cool. And then I didn't know where to go, and I was like, I'll come back to that later. And that's a future Blaise problem, is where I'm at.
Yeah, it must be like way in the future.
Yeah, that's fun. Must be like next year. He might beat another boss.
Who knows? I might. Morena, is that who I beat? I don't know. Moon Lady.
Oh, yeah.
That's really early on.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. We have to remember I also did like random things like go fight dragons I wasn't supposed to fight and beat them. So like that's kind of where I'm at in that game.
Well, I mean, me and Bats did too.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a time boss was like, I don't think you're supposed to do that. And I was like, that's fine. He goes, no, like you're not supposed to be there. I was like, no, it's fine. Like if I kill it now, I don't have to do it later. And
I think you were in the blood area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vibing, you know?
No, you definitely weren't supposed to be.
Yeah, but we made it. We worked it out.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes that's the way it be.
Dude, I need to rant about Liza P real quick.
No, you're good. I was gonna ask about your games. How are your games going, boss?
Liza P is the best game ever.
So,
like honestly, I honestly think it's higher on my list than Dark Souls 3. Actually, at this point, which is a crazy feat because Dark Souls 3 is right under Bloodborne and Elden Ring.
But You also
So
got to think he doesn't have Dark Souls 3. So
what?
you just told me you don't have
You're
it.
the one that said
I
Elden
have
Ring
it on
wasn't a
PS4,
Souls
you
game.
weirdo.
Me?
I
No.
I had a New Game Plus 8 character on PS4. What are you
I'm
talking
saying you
about?
don't have it right now.
No, I don't have it right now. I
So then you can't
did
reminisce and
everything.
play it and say it's the best game ever. There you go.
Stop ruining my rant. Shut up. Be quiet.
Dude, how is
Um,
it a rant if you like whatever you're talking about?
You can rant about things you like. Rants aren't always negative.
like
Look up, okay,
rant.
definition of rant. Hold on. We're gonna just
Negative.
speak or shout at length in wild, impassioned way. That doesn't mean negativity.
Nah, I get negativity out of that. That whole
Oh.
All right.
definition.
Anyways, yeah. The only thing that I don't like about Lies of P is it's too linear, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just Souls games. I think people prefer them to have different options on like where to go next.
I can see that.
But I mean, a fully like Thymesia was fully almost fully linear. There was different things like
Yeah.
side quests that you could do, but other than that, it was basically linear. And that was really fun. So there's nothing. I think they pulled it off really well too. The
I've
level
heard nothing but
design
good things
is
about it.
the level design is from soft level. The enemy design is from soft level. Definitely from soft level because some of them are BS.
We love to
And
hear
so are
that.
some FromSoft enemies. And then all the upgrades, just like all the systems in the game are just really well done. Honestly, like it's just good. It's a good game. The story is good. Um, I really need Bats to beat the game so I can talk about the ending cutscene, but he's too
Listen,
slow.
I've been working on it. Some of us have jobs and shit, all right?
No, 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 no.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I
No,
wish
no.
I could just be like, "Yo, I'm not showing up today. Have fun with that."
I mean, you could. You've done it before.
Nah, I've never done that.
Yeah.
I was supposed to have jury duty
But
next week, and they tried to tell me I was going to have to use PTO, and I was like, what? No, that's not how that works. But I got out of jury duty until the summer,
no,
so...
that's straight up just not how that works. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I was like, that's not how that works,
That's
guys. Not how it works, but okay.
it
Hey,
is
you know,
required by law for your
yeah.
employer to excuse you for jury duty.
You know, I found out you can go to, like, grand jury duty, and you only go 2 days a week, or, like, 2 days a week.
Really?
Yeah,
Give me that, dude.
that sounds sick. You ever think
Yeah.
about how jury duty people, like jurors, right, are just random people? So, like, if you've committed a crime and you have to go to court, like, you're just there with, like, Joe Schmo from Dunkin' or, like,
Yeah.
Starbucks or whatever, and they decide your fate.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is how our court system works.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, I think it's better than your fate being decided by one person that
Oh,
may
yeah,
or
for
may
sure.
not like you,
For sure.
just based off, whatever.
I just
So,
find it interesting,
yeah, it is very interesting.
You could get, like, your random Smite player.
Yeah, you
That
get
could be
Jada.
that could
I
be
wouldn't want one of those.
rough.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you continue random Lies P. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just thinking about jury duty.
I've ranted.
Oh, okay.
It's just a good game. People go buy it. Go support the developer. Go buy a game. Game good if you like
Yeah,
Souls
it's on Game
games.
Pass.
It is. It is on Game
Yep.
Pass.
PC and Xbox.
That's why I'm playing. Yep.
So, if you like it, go check it out. I guess I'll talk about Smite real quick before we talk about our other thing.
Yep.
I played a good bit of Smite this week. On Wednesday, I subbed for Dryer Dragons after they had a bunch of shenanigans happen. And game one, I inted as Ravana early, and then I just sold my entire build late. And just went full tank Ravana, which is definitely the move.
I definitely heard that you did that.
Yeah. And as soon as I sold my
someone.
build, like, we went off. We, like, popped off as soon as I sold my build. I sold my build, and we popped off the next couple fights.
Yeah, because they're gonna go on you and not expect that you're a third tank.
Yeah, that I have a Breastplate of Valor, Spirit Robe, and Dawnbringer instead of,
Yeah.
Hydra's, Heartseeker, and whatever else I had. Then game two, since I knew I was going to Int game 1, and they wanted me to play Rat game 2. I was like, I'm just building Tank Rat off the riff, and I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we won that game too. So we won 2-0. And then I got
Very
called
cool.
Stinky because I, bodied them as Tank Rat. Then
What,
we
the enemy
played.
team called you
Yeah,
Stinky?
yeah, I got called Stinky. Then we
That's
had
great.
our weekly FAAFO versus Dire Dragon scrims. Game 1, we picked 3 mages and we threw on a tier 2 tower and then continued to throw it like a fire giant and lost game 1. And then games 2 and 3, we kind of just popped. I don't even remember who I played. I know the last game I played Jingwei.
Artemis and Jingwei.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I played Artemis. That got stupid.
You
Jingwei
could
still
go 8-2.
Yeah, Jingwei, despite going 11-3 and 5, that god is still booty cheeks. I don't think that god's good.
Well, maybe if you start your 2.
No, I used to start my 2 and I got in trouble for it. So then I only start my 1 now.
All right, well, you're getting in trouble for it again, so
No.
start your 2.
Can't start it anymore. It's just the way
Yeah, you can.
a coach told me I can't do it, and I was like, oh, okay.
What coach?
Okay, well,
Don't remember.
I'm your coach now.
First off, if it's Google Doc coach, he doesn't get to say anything.
That guy was an idiot, bro. This was like years ago.
Oh, by the way, I just realized who you guys are talking about.
Yeah, that guy was dumb.
Oh yeah.
But no, we kind of fragged the next 2 games. Like game 2, I think we won in like 26 minutes. Like we were just like a well-oiled machine at that point.
Gactyl kind of did just go 22-3.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so game 1, Suave got to just go crazy on Rat. And I tried Soul ADC, and not just like my normal. I tried like the actual Soul ADC build that I hate. Fun fact, I still hate it. It's bad. But then game 2, we gave the Lancelot over to Gactyl, and I was on the Artemis.
The Gactus, if you will.
Bats, I don't remember what you played. I probably could look real quick though.
Baba.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. You got Baba.
That's it, Baba.
And we just kind of popped off, and Gactyl went 22-3, and we're like, oh, surely they changed their bans here, and they banned the Lancelot, and they didn't. So game 3, we're like, oh, we're just gonna run it back. If they're not gonna ban it, that's part of the scrims. I think
he went like 15 and 8 or something.
Yeah, I mean it was good. It was like 11-5, because I went 11-3. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple Cabrakan walls that
saved some people's lives on the enemy team. Not looking at Asmore or anything, but just saying
there
man
were a
saved
slight
Suave
number.
Dude, I was standing right there when Gactyl ulted into the Cabrakan wall.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so fun. I was like, I'm buying Phantom Shell, and people were like, why? And I was like, because I'm gonna need it for Asamore's walls, and I actually did. It was a good time. I mean, we kind of fragged, but I mean, part of doing the scrims is also learning picks and bans, and I'll just leave it as that. Sometimes you just gotta be on the picks and bans grind too. You can't just ban the same 5 gods every game and it work out. So, and speaking of which, I've started playing some other characters in carry, like Scylla, which I actually think is viable. And I don't know how to feel about that. I hit a 3-man route yesterday.
I was kind of just running at people yesterday.
And I was like, this is stupid. This god is dumb.
Beth, why didn't you talk about your games yesterday?
His Bastet games were wild.
No. Yeah, yesterday was ridiculous. I was Bastet doing long range alts, catching people at Dude, Liani would just go, oh, this guy's a problem. I go, what, this guy? Grab him.
Yeah, bring him back to the back line. I'm like, oh, sweet God. Luckily, we just burn him at that point. Every time Bats pulled somebody, I was slightly concerned for me dying. Because he would pull a tank, like Osiris.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this goes one of 2 ways. He actually gets to kill me, or we get to, or we actually CC him. And the best part was, I was making sure anytime they got pulled, I'm like, cool, I'll hit him with my root, I'll hit him with my crush, and call it a day.
Yeah.
We did get the Scylla carry win, though. That felt good.
I was pulling him, I was like, meet my cat, and then they were dead. That was about it.
Then I played Danza. I haven't played Danza in a hot minute, but I got the Shout Out Tanuki skin now, and
Let's go.
dude, Danza be feeling good. We lost that game,
Yeah.
but he felt pretty good.
I feel like dance always feels good.
Did we lose?
That's
Oh, that's
fun.
because
Yeah.
we were over
That's fun
aggressive.
if you put it in the right place. It slaps.
Yeah, we lost that game, unfortunately. Other than that, Mamon's stupid. That god's dumb.
Yeah,
and I'm not in a negative way. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, she's so broken, blah blah blah. Like, I just played against someone that's really really good at Mamon, and it was obvious they were good at Mamon. Like, I could not. I was Freya, and I just got bodied the entire game. So shout outs to them because they made it to where I couldn't play, and I think that is worth noting.
Yeah, that sucks.
She is a little overtuned. They definitely need to reduce her numbers on most of her stuff.
Yeah.
On a lot of her stuff.
No, I don't think because I don't think, like, for instance, like, I don't think her ult is super strong. I think it's a good ult.
Her ult's not.
It's the 3. It's the 3 damage.
Yeah, I don't even think I've ever had to like worry about
dash. I mean, like, obviously it needs a little
because
bit,
I'm dead.
it's a passive.
It's the fact that you do dot damage when you dash.
Yeah.
Like, when you dash into somebody, you're doing dot damage, which I do think is a little weird because, like, you can't get hit by anything, like, unless the person that you dashed into dies. So that's a little weird. But, like, I do think she's a character with a high skill ceiling and a high skill floor. So, like, if you're against somebody that's good at her, like, it's like set. You're gonna feel it. So I think that's part of it. And then the game that we really need to talk about is My Hero Ultra Rumble, because it came out this week.
That reminds me.
And that game is good.
It was really good.
I don't... Boss, did I download... It wasn't yesterday. I downloaded it the day before, right? Friday or...
yeah.
I think
it was... I think it was Thursday.
All I know is I have hours in the game. Like, I just log on. Like, this morning, I logged on. I played for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the game is just good.
It's just good. Yeah.
It is pretty good.
I will say one thing: you have to find your vibe with your character
for sure.
Because I was playing different characters. I'm like, I'm not feeling this, and I picked one, and I'm like, I'm feeling this game, and then started doing like 4 to 5k damage a game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so, like, for people that don't know, it's based off My Hero Academia. It's a battle royale, but you queue as trios, and there's 8 trios at one time, so it's only 24 people in a game. But the map is relatively small, and
yeah, you can cross the map.
The revive mechanic is cool too. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be maybe even under 3 minutes, depending on who you're playing. Like, the movement abilities are pretty good, but, like, for instance, like, if you get downed, I think it's like 20 seconds. If no one downs you, like, goes and finishes you in that 20 seconds, you get back up. So there's a revive mechanic that way. You can get rezzed. If you, like, full die, there's a res mechanic too. And if you're one person left, when you do the res mechanic, it reses both your teammates. You level up your abilities, and each character, like, based off of the class you're in, like, which I think is like attacker, defense, support, rapid, and then curse or something like that. Each of those, like, you level up their abilities, but, like, I think, like, one or two of the abilities are relatively the same, and then on each character, like, their ranges might be different, and then, like, you have one ability that's, like, unique that you use all the time, and then your R ability that's unique per character. Some of them have, like, similar, but they're not exactly the same, and then you have your ult, like, which is, it's hard to generate your ult in that game. Like, you hit X to ult, but it basically gives you, like, shorter cooldowns and does more damage.
And full refills your shield.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. If you go up to somebody and you do a finishing attack when they're downed, it gives you full health, full shield, which is something I do like. Like, if you're gonna commit to doing the finishing attack, rewarding that person is pretty cool. I think there's 16 characters right now.
Something like that, yeah.
And you get, like, 3 trial cards a day to try out different characters you don't have. I think me and Boss looked at, I think there's 3 or 4 characters you can unlock with, like, a golden ticket that you get. And then the other ones are unlocked through the battle
Battle pass,
pass and
rolling.
rolls.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've gotten 2 characters on rolls so far.
That's
Well,
insane.
in the rolls, like I know people, I saw like a lot of people complain about the gotcha system in it, but like you get a ton of rolls for free,
Yeah, you
like
get
a ton.
50. You get basically 50.
I think you get more than that overall, like as you play, because you get rolls as you play the game too. Like you're not
Well,
having
yeah.
to spend
I
on
was like,
rolls.
I first started, and I only got like 30.
You should have gotten 40 because I think when I started I got 480
Because it's
tickets.
200 tickets for 10 rolls,
No, it's 100.
and
It's 100 tickets for 10 rolls.
Yeah.
I need to load this up.
All I know is like the game's really good.
The
Like
game is very good.
it is a game I've solo queued, I've duo queued. We've yet to trio queue. So, but like
Yeah.
every once in a while you get a bad teammate. But even the games with a bad teammate, I don't feel like super frustrated where I want to turn off the game. Like I just feel like, okay, cool, run it back because the games are so short. I think that's part of it.
was
Like I think
gonna
like
say.
I think the longest game we've been in is like 15 minutes,
Yeah, probably.
maybe
And that was
20.
that really long drawn
Yeah.
out one, yeah.
And one of the things I really do like about it is at the end of the game, you can go to the leaderboard and you can see who is the top person at the end of the match, but you can also see like who had top stats in each phase of the game. And I think that's really, really cool.
Mm.
So like you can see like phase 1 who had the top damage. Did that translate to like in game and stuff?
Mm.
But Boss and I don't know, was that your first win tonight that we got before the podcast, Boss?
No, I don't think it was my first
Right.
one.
Gotcha. I think I've gotten like 2
That
or
was my
3.
second one.
But wins feel good, and I like that you get to emote. Like it goes and like shows your team, and you get to emote at the end.
Yeah. We won that game in like 10 minutes, I feel like.
Yeah, we kind of ran it down. I was just popping team heals, which is another thing that's really cool. So the healing mechanics is they have health potions and shield potions, and then you have like giant health shield potions, giant shield potions, giant mixed potion of shield and health, and then there's a giant potion that gives it levels up everybody's abilities on your team. But one of the cool things is like the giant shield pots, which I was using in the game we played tonight. If you chug that down, it takes I think like 10 seconds to go off, but it full heals the shields for your entire team. And there's one for
And it
health
definitely
too.
helped me.
So
It definitely helped out.
well,
I
you
lived
can,
multiple times because he
it
popped
means you
those.
can play support, which is like not
Yeah.
something you see in a lot of battle royales. Like you don't have that opportunity to like be in a more
Mhm.
support role. So that's one of the things that's really, really cool.
It was really cool.
But I think there's 16 characters right now, I think. And
Yeah.
it definitely feels like each has their own unique niche.
For sure.
Like I've been playing Uraka a lot, but I like the fact that I can give my teammate 0 gravity, or I can get 0 gravity and then just like fly around the map.
Yep.
Or I can
Very
float
cool.
enemies, or I have a car. Like if you get the Q leveled up to level 9, you just do spin to win with a car. And I found out
Yeah.
tonight that I didn't realize when you let go of Q, it launches the car where you're facing. So you can throw it at a range and hit people with it.
Yeah, that's dope.
I don't know. I just think the game's really, really good.
It's also free. I feel
is
like
free.
I should mention.
Yeah. Only problem I don't like about it, and this has been something we've seen with a couple games in that same publisher, is no crossplay, no cross progression. And I do find that to be at this point in our like in the gaming life cycle, I think you have to have those things. Because
Or at least
you look at cross progression, whatever, cross play, I think you have to have. The like if you look at Gundam Evolution, part of the reason it died was there's no crossplay. So it can't like the console base can't support the PC base. The PC base falls off.
I'm still a little mad that died.
Me too. That game was pretty sick, but I get frustrated like for this game in the sense of like I think that could be a problem if they have a patch that goes bad, like i.e. Realm Royale.
Yeah.
Because right now it feels really, really good. I just hope they stick with it. The only complaint I have about the game, besides crossplay, is the UI is something else. I don't know
It's
who designed that UI and thought it was okay, but it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't hit escape to get out of menus. You have to go and click the close button with your mouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a great UI. So that's something I think could use a little love because it is atrocious. And I find times in games when like I'm leveling up abilities, I'll accidentally I'll hit G to level up an ability from ability card,
And then hit escape.
and hit escape to get out.
Yep.
And then I'm stuck in a pause menu, and I have to hit escape again, and sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes when I escape out, then I'm stuck on the G screen for leveling up still. So there's like some UI work that could go a long way for sure. But I do think the game's good. I plan on streaming it a good bit. I do think it's a game I'd like to stream and play. It's fun, for sure.
Tomorrow morning stream?
Yeah, tomorrow morning stream for sure.
Let's go.
Worst case is I feel like garbage. I'll just not have a cam on. I can live with that. That's easy peasy.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy it. I hope that it
It's been
continues
fun.
to get good patches. And like right now there's an event going on, and there's event missions, and with the event missions there's an event shop. And what's cool about the event shop is like you can buy whatever you want in there, but there's paid currency in the event shop. So like you could, if you're like, hey, I don't want one of the skins, you could just do the events and then get paid currency instead.
Is the battle pass straight cash or is it paid currency?
I think it's paid currency, but like for instance, you could do the event,
You can earn
right?
battle pass.
Yeah, you could earn battle passes, which like that's kind of crazy. I don't know if you could own a. I don't know how often they plan on doing events, so I don't know if that'll be something you could do every time. But currently, based off the free premium currency you get, and that you could get the first battle pass for free.
Here's the thing. I think it's fine if they do events pretty often because it's hard to earn it. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like it's rough.
They're rough.
But like they have a gacha system, so their
Yeah.
main income is not just
The battle pass.
the battle pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
And right now there's
people that are just gonna be like, I want the skin. Gacha.
And there's drops on streams right now, which is cool. You can get roll tickets, and then there's 2 skins you get. So that part's nice. And then if you get duplicates, you can use that. And I think we were talking about you can buy like certain items with that, with like soul. I think they're called like
tickets.
Yeah, which are for heroes and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Dinky, that's someone I got to play today. Dinky is insane because his auto. Yeah, I'm saying his name wrong, and I know that. I thought it after I said it. That's fine. Whatever. Here we are.
Electro Boy.
If you fire his auto, like once it reaches max range, it like stays there, and you can then fire another one, and like you can create a trap field.
Oh,
and that's super sick. Like we downed someone today, and I put a field around them, so like if their teammate wanted to walk in, they were gonna get stunned.
Yep.
And like
and it's very loud when you get stunned. It's very loud.
Yeah. I don't know. Like things like that make it interesting for me as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And like I haven't had any issue with latency. Not only that, also the environment's destructible. That's one thing that's really cool too. It's like if you're on top of a building, they can just destroy the building and bring you down.
Yeah. What was it? Which game was it that we were playing and like they brought down the entire dome that the guy was hiding on?
Yeah, we were.
And he just fell.
He fell, and that was the game that went super, super long. It went to like phase 9 of the circle or something like that. But there was a dude like hiding on top of one of the domes, and this Baku was like, "Nope." I was like, "Boom!" He just destroys it. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think anyone in that lobby realized that could happen.
No, but God, is it so good? I'm looking forward to talking about it more. And naming this episode Beyond Plus Ultra. That's what I plan on naming it. I need to actually make a note of that because I will forget.
He thought about it all week.
I did. I thought about it as soon as I played it on Thursday. I was like, I'm going to be talking about this game. This game is fun.
Yeah.
It's funny because Embright sent it to me. He was like, hey, maybe you should play this for FAAFO Friday. I was like, it's already on the list.
Yeah.
Also, I guess I could mention this now, since we're wrapping up on the My Hero side. There's some sponsored streams coming.
Let's
I
go.
have Nether Guild, which is coming. I'll be playing it at the end of the month. I got reached out to the other day about playing it, so that's coming. And then I have FAAFO is coming as well as a sponsored stream, since I got reached out to about that. And then we have some dare drops as well. So stay tuned for some variety content throughout this week. And November 4th, I'll be on the Guardians Mental Health stream doing a charity event from 10 to 12 Eastern. Yeah. Or
Let's
10 to
go.
whenever I go to bed, which will be exciting. I'm super
Love
excited
that.
about it. Yeah. It's going to be a good time. I have to think of some donation goals for sure. But I guess before we head out of here, I need to do names of the week real quick. We had some this week.
We do need to do. We had a lot of good names.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. This My Hero game has such good names. I just haven't clipped all of them, but God, it has some good ones. There's
we have so many.
Yeats McGee, Morningstar MILF, Premium Grade Beef, Tickle My Nips 7, Moist Beansack,
These are all mine so far.
Glizzy 2X. I am the Milkman. I'll buy your feet pick. Burns when pee, my bad. And then Podcast Fox, Podcast Man, and Big Homie Flocka, who have been shouted out on the podcast before.
He really?
Yes.
I think he probably has.
For sure. I have ran into them in multiple queues on Smite, so shout outs to them on that.
They were the ones who got to feel the best at mid and
Scylla's carry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go.
They had to deal with it. But yeah, that's all I got this week. Bats and Boss, do you guys have any shout outs?
Just my regular shout out to the listeners we are almost at 130, right?
Yeah.
Episode 130. It is like, I think we're at like 128.
Yeah, I think this is 128.
I mean, I knew that. I've been here the whole time.
Shout outs to last week's episode just being named the number 7.
That's true.
Fun facts, actually.
Shout outs to Blaise, messaging me after I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap. And then 20 minutes later, I can't do this.
No, you can't. So I couldn't name it just the number 7 for the podcast to be posted to like Podbean, Spotify, wherever else. It has to be at least 5 characters long, and I was heated.
That's crazy.
I was like, this is stupid.
You just had to type 7.
Yeah, so I changed the YouTube name from the number 7 to the word 7, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed.
I was like, you should probably spell it out.
Yeah, he did tell me that. He was right. Yeah, one of the few times. Bats is right.
I don't even know what made me think about it, but I was like, you should just spell it out. I don't think the regular number 7 is gonna work.
Yeah, you were.
He was like,
right.
no, and I was like, okay.
I'm heated about it. Okay, I'll admit I'm not happy about it. Boss, do you have any shoutouts?
Food.
You asked him too quick.
Okay. Shoutouts to the Minecraft server, I guess, because I'm not playing on it yet. But I know Boss has been on there a lot with Leoni and company. And then shoutouts
to talk about that. But
you did. Whatever. You did. This is true.
All the mods 8 is fun. Oh, you know what? Shout outs to Gilly for putting up the server for us. That's who I'll shout out. Shout out to Gilly.
I was say I thought he put it up, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to be like, shout outs to Gilly, and then he didn't do it, and I'm like, never mind, I just shouted out the wrong person. Story of my life.
Wasn't there who would we shout out like ever at the end of every podcast as a meme?
I don't know. I shout out the same things every week.
Yeah.
Who did we shout out?
Oh
no, we used to shout out a single person and ask the community to DM them a statement.
Yeah.
But I don't have one this week. Actually, you know what? If you're listening, you can just DM Kenny a GIF of bacon, and you just just choose.
Yep.
You choose. Because Kenny loves bacon.
Kenny loves it.
Loves it.
Yeah.
That just took the
Is-
podcast full circle in a lot of ways. We started with bacon, we
it
end with
did.
bacon. Boom. Big
I
brain.
hate that it. Yeah, that's crazy.
I hate it too, and here we are. No, shout outs to Guardians Mental Health. A lot of fun stuff going on over there. I'm excited to talk about more in November. And then shout outs to Dare Drops. A lot of fun stuff going on over there with Dares. Right now, they have the October Drop 1 that's going on, so which means there will be an October Drop 2. So stay tuned for that. And the games will be listed on there. If you want to take part in that, you can. I know I'll probably be doing a couple of those games. We've talked about doing Demonologist, so maybe I purchase that and play it.
Yo.
And then shout outs to the other opportunities I've gotten from a few different companies to do sponsored streams. I'm really excited about that. It's just something new. And shout outs to NECC x AGL Smite for giving me a casting job. I'll be live tomorrow night, Monday, October 9th. At 6 p.m. Eastern. This podcast will be out before then. But I'll be live over there casting, and it will be better than last week.
Yo.
Can confirm.
Hope so.
I know so. I had a meeting, and a lot of things happened today.
And
so
he
I'm
was
excited.
in charge of that meeting.
I was. I run an efficient meeting, okay? Here's the deal. If I tell you the meeting's going to be 30 minutes tops, I mean it. Like, we got to 33 minutes the other day, and I said, I love that you guys are asking questions and you have feedback, but if you want to go, like, we've hit the 30-minute mark, and feel free to leave. I'm happy to stay here and talk, but I'm not going to, like, disrespect people's time. I'm a big advocate of that.
Yeah.
I hate when people waste my time. I don't want to waste somebody else's.
I know some of these Smite games have been wasting my time lately.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Smite game, though.
That's my game.
But no, I'm excited. Collegiate Smite is on the rise. I'm hoping, things should be a lot more smooth tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff worked out. I know last week, if you watched, it was a bit rough, to say the least. But we're moving. The only thing I would like to change, and I'm going to say this now, I'm going to manifest this. I want to chair 1. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Like, you want a chair 1 to cast with you, or
No. I want to cast as the chair 1. I'm happy to cast anyway. Like, when they asked me to do this, they're like, "Hey, like, what's your preferred role?" And I was like, "I prefer chair 1, but I really do both, so it's fine. Whatever you need me to do, I'll make happen." But your boy really wants to chair 1. I love doing hype casting, but the problem is, there's not a lot of chair 2s. There's just not. And not just that. There's not a lot of chair 2s that provide a lot of analysis, and that's problematic. It's a hard role. You have to know the game in and out to chair 2. Like, you have to know every item, every god, all the interactions, passives, all that stuff in order to make it happen. So that role is a lot harder to pull off. So I'm happy to do it. I'm gonna have a good time either way.
I don't know. I got thrown into chair 2 randomly one time, and I didn't do much of anything.
Well,
I
don't know.
That was when I was part of production, and I was like, "Okay, let's go." And they're like, "Oh, well, we need you to cast." And I was like, "What?"
Hey, it'd be like that sometime.
I was like, "I'm a cameraman. I don't cast. No, don't worry about it. Your chair 1 will have you covered."
Yo,
Okay, I
actually,
guess.
shout outs to Gilly's friend who joined the Discord the other day when they were making the Minecraft server, because he was like, "Yo, dude, like, you have a caster voice, and that's a
True.
dub. That's a dub." I don't get to hear that very often from, like, people I don't know. That, like, I have people be like, "Hey, you do good at casting," which I always appreciate. But from random human that I have no idea who they are, that's pretty sick.
Blaze, you forgot to talk about your Valorant game.
I'm good.
What do you mean?
I'm all right.
Those
I
games were so good, weren't they? You enjoyed them so much.
Hold on. Where's my Riot client? I'm going to do this live. I'm going to do this on the stream as soon as this opens. I'm going to do this right now. I have it recording. As soon as this decides it wants to open. Hold on. Wait for it. Oh, thank you, Riot client. Can I right-click on this?
Gonna go with that. We are gone. Later, guys.
Yeah.
Wait, can
Blaze,
I not? How do I
Blaze,
uninstall
don't
this?
you wanna
Settings?
Don't you want to shout out Bright for convincing you to play Valorant?
Yeah, he was like, what if we played Valorant? And I, for some reason, thought, that's not a terrible idea. And it was a terrible idea.
It was an awful idea. It was the worst idea Blaze
Wait, no,
probably
I don't
ever
want to update it. How do I uninstall it from here?
I see
What?
Blaze getting flashbanged by Riot.
Valorant. Oh my god. Okay, anyways. I'll figure out how to uninstall this. I'm uninstalling that game. I don't ever want to play it again. And that's,
Did
you
it,
know,
did it make your computer run slow?
no, it's just trash. I'm going to get so much flack for that. Oh my god. Okay, look. I understand that people like it. It's just not for me. I don't enjoy it to any capacity.
Okay, but hear me out. Why play Valorant when CS:GO 2
When CS:GO
exists?
2 is out, that's my
Yeah.
main point. But like,
Yeah.
here's my problem. I peek a corner and I'm dead. Okay, I peek a corner, hit shots, and they live, and then I die anyway. And I'm like, bro, this game, like, I don't understand, and I don't feel like spending the time to
Do more
learn.
damage.
So people will be like, oh, maybe you don't like it because you suck. That is the case. I will admit that. It's like when I used to work at the game stores and people would come in and be like, oh, this game sucks, I'm trading it. I'm like, well, did it suck because you're bad at it? Or because, like, it legitimately sucks? And they'd be like, oh, because I was bad at it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, as long as we're on the same page. Because people used to tell me, like they'll be like, oh, Battlefield, like, bad company. They're like, Battlefield bad company sucks. I'm like, you're out of your mind, bro. Like, that's literally one of the best Battlefield games ever made. And the Call of Duty is so much better. I'm like, what do you not like about Battlefield? They're like, well, I'm bad at it and the maps are too big. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I can live with that. Like, that's a realistic statement. I am bad at Valorant. I don't enjoy it, and I don't wish to ever play it again. And, yeah. I'll play League. I'll play Legends of Runeterra. I'll play TFT or any other Riot game. The little Ziggs game, that game's good. I just don't want to play Valorant. Sucks.
Dude, another question. When's the Riot MMO coming out?
I
They
don't
leaked
know.
that like last year, and then I haven't heard anything else about it.
After the fighting game, which actually looks really,
I-
really good.
I hope so.
Because that game looks sick. Project L or whatever it is. It's a tag team fighter. Like, you actually play with another person at the same time.
What
I
the?
forgot about that.
Yeah. Like, you actually queue as two. That's really, really cool.
I like Brawlhalla. That's dope.
Yeah. But you're not on the same, like, you swap. Like, you're not playing on the screen at the same time. Like, you
Right,
swap.
right,
Yeah,
right.
and that part's sick.
Yeah.
I think you can do some combos together. I don't know.
Mm.
Anyways, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.